Hello YouTubers and welcome to another Generation Behind Hi-Fi video. I have been a recovering audioholic for several decades now, and it's safe to say the treatment plan isn't exactly working. This channel is all about my obsession with speakers, home theater equipment, and more speakers. If you'd like to hear what I have to say today about today's topic, then stick around, and I'll try to entertain you for these next few minutes. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more great content. It is much appreciated. Today I'll be reviewing the coolest looking set of computer speakers I have ever laid my hands on, the Klipsch ProMedia Heritage 2.1. But do they sound as good as they look? Let's find out. Klipsch has a long history of making speakers in America that dates all the way back to 1946 when the company was founded. Since its inception, Klipsch has always promoted the use of horn tweeters, and they have perfected that design over many decades. The latest iteration of this horn is called Tractrix, which is also used in the ProMedia Heritage 2.1 speaker system. These horns feature a linear travel suspension system, also known as LTS. LTS technology allows for minimal distortion and greater detail, or at least that's what the marketing department wants you to believe. Klipsch advertises the ProMedia Heritage as a set of computer speakers that retail for $349 and can only be found at klipsch.com or Costco.com. If you have a Costco membership, then these speakers can be had for quite a bit less than their retail price. So what do you get for that money? For starters, a pretty powerful 8-inch subwoofer that includes a built-in 100-watt amplifier. The two satellite speakers are equipped with Klipsch's Tractrix horn and 3-inch bass drivers. The speakers do come with a remote, which can be used to change the volume, inputs, and the gain on the subwoofer. The Klipsch ProMedia Heritage also supports Bluetooth connectivity, so if you like to stream music from your phone or computer, then that's also an option. One of the things that I really like about this speaker set is their mid-century looks. In my opinion, Klipsch really hit a home run with their appearance. The speakers come in two finishes, black and walnut. I chose the walnut finish as it goes better with my decor in the man cave. The really cool part is the finish on the cabinets looks like real wood veneer, when in fact it's just wrapped in vinyl. And the two satellite speakers look like miniature Heresy speakers from the 50s. Heresy is a model that Klipsch has also resurrected and can be purchased today. I have heard the Heresy speakers are pretty phenomenal sounding too. All of the cabinets for each of the speakers are well made, especially for this price point, and the mid-century grill covers are just icing on the cake. Bass! Bass! More bass! Nice! No doubt these things bump for computer speakers, and any of the distortion you're hearing is actually from the microphone. I can assure you, these things produce deep, clean bass. If you're a bass junkie, then these Klipsch computer speakers should satisfy your needs plenty. I can't think of another set of computer speakers that you can buy today or in the past that have more bass than the Heritage 2.1. My first set of high-end computer speakers were a set of Boston Acoustics digital media theater speakers, which at the time were among the best. These speakers were available in the late 90s and were bundled with many Gateway computers at that time. I still have my old Boston Acoustics speakers after all these years, but the TRS connections that are used to connect the speakers wore out and were no longer making a good connection. After 15 years of faithful service, I decided to replace them with a set of Bose Companion 5s. These speakers were nice, but they lacked bass and were a bit bright for my taste. Then came the Klipsch Heritage 2.1 speaker set, and when I demoed them in the store, I just had to have them. The thing that sets these speakers apart from the rest of the competition is the 8-inch subwoofer. The larger subwoofer allows you to fill big rooms with bass quite easily, and the output is pretty phenomenal for a set of speakers that only cost $350. This subwoofer enclosure utilizes a bass reflex design, which is also known as a ported design, as seen here. The rear-facing port enables the sound from the rear of the diaphragm to increase the efficiency of the system at low frequencies, as compared to a typical sealed or closed box design. This allows for greater bass output and lower extension. On the back of the subwoofer, you'll find the volume and bass knobs. Those are nice to have in the unfortunate event that you misplace the remote. There is one USB Type-A input on the back of the subwoofer that can be used for firmware updates or to play your favorite MP3s. The satellite speakers plug into the back of the subwoofer, and there are also terminals on each individual speaker in case you wanted to use your own speaker cable. I thought this was a nice option because the supplied speaker cable was too long for my needs, and appears to be copper-clad aluminum cable, which I'm not a fan of. I ended up using my own 16-gauge pure copper cable to further increase the performance. The last input on the back of the subwoofer is the aux input, which is a set of RCA connectors. This input can be used to connect your speakers to your computer. Klipsch does provide an RCA to TRS cable for this very reason, but I recommend throwing this cable in the trash. When I connected the speakers to my computer with this supplied cable, I got a lot of feedback and noise. I ended up buying a new $8 cable from Amazon, which rectified the problem. Overall, I've been really happy with these speakers, especially for the price that I paid for them. These are one of the best sounding computer speakers I've heard for under $350. The most impressive aspect of these speakers is the large sound they provide from such a small footprint. They really do give you that feeling that the sound you are hearing is coming from speakers that are much larger. These speakers provide a well-balanced sound which is rich in detail, warmth, and bass that even the most demanding bass heads would appreciate. Here's a quick 30-second demo of how the speakers sound on some copyright-free music. See what I mean? They sound good. For the money, these speakers sound fantastic. I really do love the large soundstage and deep bass that they provide. However, with any product, there are some faults. One of the most annoying things I found with these speakers is the auto power off feature. This means the speakers will turn off automatically after a few minutes when an input signal is no longer detected. I really do think Klipsch meant well with this feature, but man is it annoying. Because when you start to play something again, the auto power on feature takes forever to detect the input signal. So I always end up having to manually turn the speakers back on in order to listen to whatever I'm watching. Thankfully, Klipsch has provided a firmware update if you'd like to disable the auto power off feature. I highly recommend doing this. Doing this firmware update to disable this feature was quite simple and easy to perform. Basically, you format a blank USB drive, copy the files to the drive, plug the USB drive in the back of the subwoofer, and then turn the subwoofer on. Once the installation is complete, you can now use the night button on the remote to enable or disable the auto off feature. I'll leave a link in the description on how to perform this firmware update if you'd like to perform this on your speakers. Besides the few hiccups I had with the auto power off feature and faulty cable, I still love these speakers. I honestly can't think of another set of computer speakers that can compete with these in both sound and features, especially when you find them on sale for under $250. I don't know how long Klipsch and Costco plan on making these speakers for, but I would recommend getting yourself a set before they are gone for good.